Okay, let's go over the handout for 11-3 when you're trying to find an angle measurement of a right triangle. Again, make sure that your calculator is in degree mode. So on our first one, let's mark what we've been given in our referenced angle. So we're looking for this angle measurement. So the 39 is going to be our adjacent side, and 42 is going to be the hypotenuse because it's across from the right angle. So the relationship between adjacent and hypotenuse is the trig function cosine. So the cosine of some angle measurement is equal to 39 over 42. And then we want to undo cosine, so we're going to take the inverse of cosine to get x by itself. So we also have to take the inverse of cosine on the right side. So we're left with x equals the inverse of cosine times 39 over 42. So when you use your calculator, make sure you do second cosine and then use the n over d feature to do 39 over 42. And the calculator should look something like this, and it says to round to the nearest degree. So 22 degrees is the angle measurement that we were looking for. Number 2, our reference angle is here. So 6 is our adjacent side and 18 is our hypotenuse side. So again, we're going to use cosine because cosine deals with adjacent and the hypotenuse. So the cosine of some angle measurement is equal to 6 over 18. We're trying to find what x is, so we have to undo cosine. So we're going to do the inverse of cosine. And now we're left with x is equal to the inverse of cosine times 6 over 18. So again, in your calculator, use the second function, second cosine, to get the inverse of cosine, and then use n over d to put 6 over 18. And we get something that reads this, and we're going to round to the nearest degree, so that gives us a degree of 71. So that angle measurement is 71 degrees. Number 3, here's our reference angle. So the 18 is my opposite length and 37 is adjacent. So the trig function that deals with opposite and adjacent and not the hypotenuse is tangent. So the tangent of some angle measurement is equal to 18 over 37. We're going to undo tangent by taking the inverse. And we're left with x is equal to the inverse tangent times 18 over 37. Again, this time we're going to do second function tangent, use n over d, 18 over 37, and we get 26 degrees right into the nearest degree. Number 4, our reference angle is right here. I'm outside, so it's kind of hard to see my stylus. Okay, here's my reference angle. So across is my opposite, and then I have, again, my adjacent. So opposite over adjacent is tangent. So the tangent of some measurement is 10 over 37. Let's take the inverse so we can isolate x. So again, in our calculator, we're going to do second tan, and then n over d, putting 10 over 37, rounding to the nearest degree, we get 15 degrees. Number 5, our reference angle is here. So we've been given the opposite length and the adjacent. So opposite over adjacent is tangent. So the tangent of some angle measurement is equal to 34 over 42. take the inverse of tangent. X is isolated. We're going to do second function tangent. The n over d feature, 34 over 42. We're going to round up to 39 degrees. Number 6, our reference angle is here. We have, again, opposite and adjacent. So that's tangent. Opposite over adjacent. Inverse. Second function tangent, n over d, 12 over 28. It gives us about 23 degrees. 7, our reference angle is up here. We have opposite again, opposite over adjacent. So we should be pretty good with tangent. Many of these have been using the trig function tangent. Second function tangent, n over d, 21 over 22, gives us roughly 44 degrees. Number 8, we have adjacent and hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse is going to be cosine. So we have the cosine of some angle is equal to 24 over 56. We're going to take the inverse of cosine. We have x is equal to the inverse of cosine times 24 over 56. So again, on your calculator, second cosine, n over d feature, 24 over 56. That gives us 65 degrees. Remember, we're rounding to the nearest degree. Number 9, our reference angle is going to be opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent, that's tangent again. So the tangent of some angle measurement is 17 over 43. I'm going to take the inverse. So in your calculator, second tangent, n over d, 17 over 43, we get roughly 22 degrees. And our last one, we have opposite over adjacent. I don't think we had one where we had to use the inverse sign. So again, we're going to use tangent of some angle measurement is equal to 14 over 25. We're going to do the inverse. We're going to do second function tangent, n over d, 14 over 25. And we get 29 degrees.